Hey there, it's Kimberly Lucht, and today I want to talk to you about how to get more done in less time. Have you ever felt so in flow that you don't even know what time it is and you've gotten so much done and you're like, wow, everything's totally finished. I'm so excited, I'm so proud of myself. What if that could be how life is for you every single day? So there's 3 things that I want you to keep in your heart, in your mind, as you move forward into this like superpower, get it all done mindset. The first of which is I want y'all to remember to create before you consume. And so there's so many reasons why you should do this. The first of which is when you wake up, your focus and your concentration is going to be higher than it is the entire rest of the day. And so if the first thing that you do in the morning is something like checking your phone or checking your emails or being in that reactive state versus creative, active, proactive state, I want you to think to yourself, like, what could I be creating before I consume these Instagram posts or these emails or this news article? What are the things that I could really bring out into the world right as I begin my day? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's written or expressed or voiced. It can be as simple as a workout. Creating a sweat counts. Something that washes away the mind and gets you ready for the day, that counts. Meditation counts, yoga counts. Anything that's gonna get you in that state of mind, great. Create that state of mind. And then go on to create your best work and execute on your most important projects, because those are really the things that at the end of the day, we'll wish that we got it done because they're kind of nagging at us, right? Those things that feel important and really move the needle the most, those are the things that you want to create before you consume, before you're drowned by the distractions and the decisions of the day. The second thing I want you guys to remember is the law of diminishing returns. This is a principle that says that the quality of your work will start diminishing after a certain amount of time, usually after 3 to 5 hours of intense creative work. So that might be different for you. You might be able to go for 7, 8 hours and still like have the same quality of work and intensity of creativity. That's simply not the case for me and probably for most people either. Usually you'll hit your peak at around 3 to 5 hours. And so after those 3 to 5 hours, the law of diminishing returns states that your quality and your work level, it's gonna go down. Your input is the same. The hours that you're putting in is the same, but the output is smaller. The best way to think about this is when you squeeze a lime for the first time with a line squeezer, you're gonna get the most juice. When you squeeze it the second time, you're gonna get like some drops and still like doing pretty good, but not like the first squeeze. And then the third squeeze, you hardly get any drops. And so when you think that working more is gonna lead to more output, remember the line squeeze metaphor, because it's simply not always how it works. Again, if you're at an assembly line and you're doing the same thing over and over without much mental energy, that's different and definitely something that you could probably do for 12 hours. And yeah, your legs might be tired, but your mind would be fine. If you're producing creative work, you'll see your returns on quality work diminishing over the course of the day. And so it's up to you to decide, what's the point where I need to cut off my creative work and do something else, like go for a walk, read a book, water your plants for all I care. Get yourself out of that space for a little bit and then come back to it if you need to. Because at the end of the day, it's not the quantity of work that you do, it's the quality. Truly, that's the only thing that matters. The third thing I want you to remember is that it's gonna feel like work not to work all the time if this is something you're used to. If you're not used to a rhythm of like getting it all done and then going for a hike or going to take a bath, then that's something to be aware of. Working less and getting more done is something that's our minds at first can't compute, but once we've done it once or twice or 3 times, we start to realize, oh wow, I only really need to spend half of my day doing what I love to do, doing the work that I do best. And then the rest of the day can be for me, so that you can cleanse your soul, cleanse your heart, and cleanse your mind. That's where the taking care of yourself piece comes in and actually makes you even more productive the day after. And so whenever you're done with work, whenever you decide that yes, I've done enough, I've created before I consumed, I've reached my peak, I've noticed diminishing returns, and I'm gonna put my laptop away. This third principle of really putting it away, giving yourself that clean slate of time and space where you're not doing work, that's the crucial element that most people miss. Don't secretly overwork by checking email late at night or right before bed. Really let the day fall away from your shoulders and know that you've done more than enough. Even if you feel like you haven't done more than enough, you've always done more than enough. That's kind of the third principle I want you to remember. You've done more than enough. And so to recap, the number one thing, create before you consume. That's gonna change your life. And then the law of diminishing returns, your first squeeze is going to be your best. And then number three, remember that you've done more than enough, no matter what. You can put your work away, rinse out the sponge of your mind, and just let it all go for the day. Rest and relax and restore so that the next day you come at it again with a nice, fresh, open mind. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.